Hi, I'm Parker Kelly. Welcome to Home, Life, and Style. I am passionate about design, food, and travel. I love discovering new places, meeting new people, and sharing who they are, how they live, and what they love. In each episode, I'll introduce you to a new destination through the eyes of the people who call it home. Join me as we celebrate these towns, these people, these homes in style. Today I'm on my way to Narragansett, Rhode Island, locally known as Gansett. The town of Narragansett is a narrow strip of land running along the eastern bank of the Pettaquamscut River to the shore of Narragansett Bay. Narragansett is best known for summer recreation and its many beaches, including Narragansett Town Beach, Scarborough State Beach, and Roger Wheeler State Beach. It's also known for its lighthouses, like Point Judith Light, that dot the horizon just about everywhere you look, and its landmarks, like Fisherman's Memorial Park, a 91-acre park and campground on Point Judith that commemorates those who died at sea. And one of Narragansett's most notable and enduring historic icons, Narragansett Towers, spanning Ocean Drive. These towers are the only remaining section of a luxurious casino built in 1883 and have been beautifully restored and offer a spacious place where people celebrate weddings, birthdays, and other special events. I'm on my way to meet John and Kelly in their 5-bedroom, 4,500 square foot, custom designed and built gambrel roof colonial style home. This coastal casual home, where they've lived for only 1 year, is aptly named Ocean Meadow and set on 3.2 acres of wide open land that overlooks spectacular views of Narragansett Bay's east and west passages, where ships of all sizes can be seen. The couple, both originally from Massachusetts, met in 1985 and have been married for 31 years. John has worked in the computer technology industry for his entire career and is CEO of a manufacturing analytics and intelligence software company. Kelly is an educator and literacy specialist. They have 3 children, John, Jesslyn, and Brittany, all grown and working in the business side of technology companies. The family loves the Narragansett Beach community, and they consider this part of Rhode Island a hidden gem. I'm going to meet this family, tour their home, chat with their interior designer, and visit a local oysterman, harvest some oysters, visit his farm and restaurant, and we're going to cook up a lobster boil feast for all and celebrate Narragansett, Rhode Island on Home, Life, and Style. I love the boxwood and a beautiful blue door. Hi there!
Parker, welcome to Ocean Meadow.
Hi, John. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you,
Hi,
too.
Kelly. Nice to see you.
Welcome.
Your flower boxes are doing great.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Wow. Is this the sun side then?
we built them on Mother's Day weekend and put plants in them, and now they're flourishing, doing great.
I would say they're overflowing, and I
Yeah.
love your blue door and that whale's tail and the boxwood. Really nice approach.
You'll see that becomes a theme for the house.
The whales or the blue?
Both.
Nice. Oh wow, look at those. Those are, is that watercolor?
These are watercolors. Yeah.
Those are so pretty.
Our designer helped us locate them
Oh,
and
yeah.
add some color to what you'll see as a theme of a white and off-white wall design with some colors popping off of that.
Yeah.
And then we had this piece made a few weeks ago by a carpenter by the name of Jonathan Brower out of Newport, and it was delivered this weekend for our final staging of this part of the house.
Lovely. I love the beads too. That looks beautiful. Those clay.
I think they're wood, and what you'll see is mahogany with maple inlay theme as you kind of tour the house.
I will leave this beautiful foyer. I really will. But it is really, really beautiful. Nice way to walk in.
So this was originally a dining room that we worked with our design team, Blakely Interior Design, to turn into a gallery. And when we originally bought the house, the opening for this room was about 4 feet wide.
Okay, so you
And
just,
there was a closet in that corner over there. We took the closet out, we opened it up, we added some structural members for integrity on the second floor. We gutted the entire room and rebuilt it with wainscoting, light locations where art was going to go, and the interior designers took care of the rest. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
that's what you like to hear.
We'll have to talk about that.
We'll talk about how soon we do it again.
Right, right. One thing I'll point out to you is that that's a portrait by Antonia Peoples. She lives in Connecticut. She used to live in Rhode Island. And if you look carefully on the horizon, you can see Block Island on the south coast.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
really beautiful. I recognize that. That's Watch Hill. That's Ocean House. Unmistakable. Love the pop of yellow in here.
Yeah, we love that hotel. That's where we fell in love with Rhode Island, and what really got us started on this process on this journey of moving from one town to the next and finally ending up in Narragansett. Just a beautiful state. So here's our great room. This is the line of demarcation from the old house and the new house. So everything from this part south, we tore down and rebuilt. Everything from this wall north, we gutted and reconfigured. So the trusses are made of Douglas fir out of Canada, and you can see the Ocean Meadow sign that has a very simplistic wood treatment on the windows.
No, wait, you're not an interior designer, right?
I'm not.
Your career is different.
I was a general contractor on this project.
Oh, okay.
This is a hobby of yours.
I was
This is my
going to
hobby.
say, you know it inside and out. I mean, I love the mix of the materials. And that table, that is...
Yeah, we tried to mimic the teak and holly of the deck of a ship.
Yes.
Instead, we used sapele mahogany with a 1/4-inch maple lamination. The table's framed out by this banquette that we had designed into the corner of the room.
Tons of seating. Well, you know, I'm a feel person. I can't help it. You've got such beautiful, beautiful surfaces here.
Yeah, enjoy this. This is African mahogany. And as you'll notice, it sits on top of 2 islands that are white. And what we thought about with the kitchen designer and the interior designers was we would frame the room in blue cabinetry and keep the center of it in white. And the cabinets are high enough so that we can put, you can see coral there and
Oh, yes, that's so
glassware
pretty.
and various things all lit up. We wanted to create that framing of this room, which separated from the next section of the room, which is the seating area.
And so what surface is this? This is beautiful.
This is a quartz material, a man-made material, very hard, very durable. Kelly and I went to Fall River, Massachusetts, and picked the piece.
Well, so tell me, did you have a hard time? Did you already know that this is what you were going to pick out? Because when you go to those quarries, I'm in love with every single piece. It's really hard to say.
There's so many things to choose from. We had a color palette that we decided on very early in the program with Blakely. And so this fulfilled the color palette, and it was bright and cheery and energetic enough. It was an easy decision for us.
Now, who does the cooking, most of it?
We share those responsibilities.
Yes?
Actually, the best cook in the house is our son, John. He will come in and take over the entire kitchen, ask everyone to leave, and you will get a gourmet meal in about 2 hours, maybe longer if you have to boil
Mix it up
something.
from whatever.
Really? Where did he get that?
He is self-educated. He has just poured himself into learning how to be a great cook, and we enjoy the meals that he makes for us.
John Jr., a foodie.
John Jr., a foodie.
Another beautiful painting, a little skiff there, a rowboat. And this is local artist?
This is a local artist. This is a reproduction, as you can see, but we thought the colors that it brought into the room just complemented everything that we designed with.
And just like one item like that is, it's bold again. It's just, there's a lot of boldness in here too.
We get a strong easterly blow right on these windows. Apparently, this is a 120-mile-an-hour wind zone for hurricane mapping. So we had to reinforce the entire building to sustain that kind of wind force. What's interesting about this place is it used to be a horse paddock.
Oh, did it?
50, 60, 70 years ago, it was a large horse paddock. I have aerial photography from the late 1930s that shows this as a large area where they kept horses. They had a small reservoir in the woods that kept them watered, and you could see trails of where the horses were running around. And apparently the horses that were here were called Narragansett horses, and military people liked to ride those horses into battle. The descendants of those horses moved to Newport, where they have Newport horse paddocks and polo matches in that area, in Middletown, Newport area. So apparently they moved to that location from here, but this is a fairly famous place. In order to do this room, we bought every box of Turkish marble in the United States.
Oh, no, you're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
That's true.
And we actually were 1 box short, and so it cost us quite an arm and a leg, a very large arm and a leg, to ship it from Turkey to the United States so we could finish this project.
I love it. I love that flow.
Right.
It's kind of fish scale on a big scale.
Yes, it is. Imagine coming in here at sunset in the wintertime. The floor is heated, fans running, glass of wine, looking out the windows, and looking at the deer passing through the field on their way to their evening bedding spot every single night.
Get out, really?
Absolutely, every single night. Beautiful spot.
Oh, this is nice.
So in this room actually had a fireplace behind the bed. There is a fireplace behind the bed.
Oh, okay.
We blocked the fireplace. We reskinned the wall, got it all straight. We redid the wainscoting, did the crown molding all the way around, and created a place where the bed actually looked like it fit naturally. The original bed was up against the 2 windows.
Oh, so it was a bedroom.
It was a bedroom. We just enhanced it, the design, to be more functional. We also added the deck and a privacy fence on the north end of the deck so we could be out here in pajamas and not have to worry, but I don't care.
Yeah.
But it blocks the wind on the cold days and things like that.
I'm sure with those pants you've got really cute pajamas too.
Oh yeah.
Am I right, Cal?
I'm a little out there, but that's the way
So
it
which
goes.
closet's yours?
Mine's to the left and Kelly's is to the right.
Yeah. And usually, I mean, that ottoman has things strewn about, or I know you're super neat, I can
Yeah,
tell that already.
we can't have things strewn on it.
Yeah, no strewn.
That just doesn't work
That's
here.
not happening.
Just the bear rug. Yeah, that looks awesome.
And this is the mudroom, Parker.
Oh, wow.
It's limestone.
Yeah, so
Oh,
the
my.
floor is what's called a raked limestone natural floor. Wow. Isn't that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Everything was painted to match this Baltic Sea gray cabinetry.
Yeah, I was
that we
wondering
have
what the
here.
color was. It's Baltic Sea Gray.
Baltic Sea gray. It's a custom color.
Yeah, and it goes with the limestone, so you
Nice.
kind of like pulled that out.
Yes.
It's a greeny gray.
Yeah, we like it a lot.
Yeah,
we
it's
really
really
like this
pretty.
color. And as you turn around and look behind you, you see a really nice view of the kitchen. Isn't that nice as you come in?
I'm home.
And-
wow, I'm home.
and-
Yes,
and-
that's a nice walk to appreciate that you're home.
You have all that time to unwind and relax so that when you pass through this doorway, chilled out.
It's the no grouchy zone.
No grouchy zone, exactly.
Lovely home.
Thank you.
Excited to have a dinner party here
Great.
and a tuna fish with you.
Looking forward to that.
And you're not coming with us?
No.
No.
She'll meet us on the
Sit-
dock.
Yeah, I will meet you on the dock.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'll meet you on the dock. Awesome.
Up next on Home, Life, and Style.
We want to create spaces that speak to their soul.
Right. After the home tour, I headed to nearby North Kingstown to meet John and Kelly's interior designer, Janelle Blakely, and her team at Blakely Interior Design. I wore a bright yellow dress in appreciation for Janelle's design style. Brave, bold, and colorful. John and Kelly's home.
Yes.
Gorgeous. Just gorgeous,
Yes.
really. And so many textures all around.
Right.
The tile, the Turkish tile, floor,
Mm-hmm.
to, I mean, a leather chandelier.
Like that. Isn't that nice?
Wow. Wow on the leather chandelier. And then the light fixtures in there, those beautiful lights in the kitchen.
Those were
Go big
just
or go home?
Those were like showstopper. Well, because the space is so expansive, we wanted to create a sense of intimacy. Our goal was to create a classic coastal interior, but with an edge, with some, with more vibrancy of color. Again, it's mostly blues, but you've got the reds.
I saw pops of yellow.
Yellow,
in
and
the
I think that exact
master.
color is in the welting on the banquette cushion, the 17-foot long banquette.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, he said that, you know, he loves his family coming together, and his kids are older now,
Right.
and they're becoming, you know, their own
But they're
people
there a
in their own
lot.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And how
which
he
is-
wants them
yeah.
to be, and how you created a space with them where people feel comfortable to be there and want to be together. So he said it was set up for his family culture too. And so you have to do a lot of listening as a designer, a lot of listening, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
because that was part of what their goals were. Now, I also read something about the soul. Now, what are you trying to do with regard to the soul, the homeowner's soul? Let their
We want to create spaces that speak to their soul.
Right.
Right. So like, if you're in a space that you like, that's different than being in a space that speaks to your soul.
really nice to chat with you.
Likewise.
And,
Thanks for coming.
and I will
in.
see you tomorrow night
I will.
at the party.
All right. We'll see you then.
Love your business, love your space.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. When I returned back to Ocean Meadow, Kelly and John invited me to join them in an evening cocktail and some nibbles. It was a beautiful ending to a beautiful day. Very early the next morning, I met John in Point Judith. He had invited me to go fishing, one of John's favorite things to do, and one of the reasons he moved his family to this area. John really wanted to catch a tuna and make us a super fresh, locally caught tuna poke dish for the night's dinner party. His fisherman friend, Nick, joined us. With plenty of experience on board and fingers crossed, off we went into the morning fog, headed past Block Island, past Montauk Point, and into the great blue yonder. After fishing the early morning, we finally hooked up with a decent-sized tuna and headed back to the dock. I still had a big day ahead of me before the party. First, I headed to nearby South Kingstown to Matunic Oyster Bar and Farm to meet up with owner and oysterman Perry Rosso. Perry, who gives regular tours of the farm, offered to take me out with his team, Holland, Oliver, and Beatrice, to harvest some oysters for the dinner party and tell me a little bit about his lifelong passion for oystering.
Once they get to about this size, we can put them in these trays. It allows for more water and more food to pass by the oysters, which increases their growth rate. Now, when they're smaller, you can't put them in a tray like this because the mud crabs will just prey on them.
And so where did you learn how to be an oyster farmer? And where did you start? I mean,
So
Rhode
I
Island's great.
started as a wild shellfish harvester in these ponds, started scuba diving for shellfish, and I studied at University of Rhode Island Aquaculture and Fisheries. And
Great school for that.
It really is. I started the 1 acre farm in 2002, and then expanded the farm, started selling oysters all over the country. In 2009, I needed a commercial facility to operate out of, so I bought kind of a rundown clam shack that had been closed for a few years in 2008, 2009, the winter. And it was my first property, and I bought it with a farm service agency loan. And I was opened it as a restaurant because it was a restaurant. I figured I'd give it a try, and it got busy, so then we started growing organic vegetables, and most recently started the shellfish hatchery.
That's awesome. Although we had harvested the oysters for the party, Perry suggested we sample some of the fruits of our labor. A brilliant idea. And what a view of Potter's Pond and Matunic Oyster Farm from the restaurant's large roof deck.
Well, so what do you have for us here?
So we have our raw Matunic oysters, but we also made one of our Matunic Oyster Bar favorites, which is the tuna tartare tacos. They're mini tacos with fresh tuna meat, and there's a lot of tuna around this year, so I figured we'd bring out some of these. And we have an oyster trio, which consists of oysters Rockefeller, of grilled oysters, and the bourbon oysters.
Beautiful. Your menu, I love your decor down there.
Thank you.
The oyster paintings, the oyster sign in the ladies' room that talks about the oyster as a bivalve, and all the oysters embedded in the walk on the way up.
Yeah, that was my art project. It's my only art project.
Did you
I've
do
ever
it?
done. Yeah, I did. So
Wow,
that was
that's very cool.
took me a few nights, but it was fun.
Worth it. Yeah, it's really nice. It says oyster, no question. I don't.
See,
No
you're
question.
in a raw bar, yeah.
I'm in a raw bar. Okay, what do you want to try first?
Let's do these tacos.
That sounds good. So what kind of sauce do you have here?
This is a chipotle aioli with ancho chili dust, and we have our fresh salsa.
Oh. So what do we have here?
So this is oyster trio. This is our 3 different kinds of cooked oysters. The oysters Rockefeller, the grilled oyster, and the bourbon oyster.
Oh, that flavor's good. Oh, that butter.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fresh herbs in
Oh,
the
that's
butter.
fresh herbs and butter. That's delicious.
Last but not least, Perry wanted to take me to one more stop to make the farm-to-table, sea-to-table experience complete. So we headed down the road a piece to his organic vegetable farm, set on an 18th century captain's property. Perry is in the process of renovating the homestead, and his farm on the property is certified organic. Everything on the farm was tenderly handled by the farmers. It was quite an impressive operation.
So we started the farm shortly after we started the restaurant. We were buying vegetables from a lot of local farmers, and then I wasn't able to get as much salad greens as I wanted to, so we started growing our own in about 2011, and then we got our organic certification in 2014, I think.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
So little by little, we've been expanding on it. And
I
trying
saw
to
the
improve it.
timeline in your restaurant. That's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Wow. Yeah, I get a lot out here.
There is.
And the soil looks really rich.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good soil. They've been farming, 300 years ago. They farmed here, so it's a lot of history. Sometimes you find old farm equipment, a lot of arrowheads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Wow. Wow.
Back at John and Kelly's home, things were well underway. Interior designer Janelle was setting the table in coastal style, and Kelly and her daughter Brittany were helping with the last-minute preparations. Perry was starting the lobster boil, and John was gearing up to show me his famous tuna poke from the tuna we had caught earlier that morning. The summer soiree had definitely started.
What we'll do is we will add a little bit of ponzu to the vegetables just to flavor them a little bit.
Okay. There you go. Nice. Okay, so the tasting part.
Would you like to try it?
I certainly always do, and
There you
always
go.
will. Yes, exactly. Delicious?
Oh, it's very good.
You can do say so yourself.
You like that?
Locally caught,
Locally caught tuna
Locally
off the
made.
coast of Rhode Island.
right in your beautiful
Made in
kitchen.
Narragansett. Wonderful, isn't it?
It's delicious.
Welcome.
You were shaking hands and all that good stuff. You do too.
It's pretty sheltered there, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I saw the photos of your home and it was beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served. Thank you for coming. Please join us at the table. No. It's all strategically planned.
So this has been an amazing episode and dramatic with the weather. But John and Kelly, you are just fabulous, so loving. I'm so happy that Jesslyn could join us and that Brittany was here. And of course the meal, Perry from Matunic Oyster Bar. It's beautifully prepared. Of course this home is amazing. Janelle, what you did here, the design is just impeccable, so beautiful, so welcoming, and so designed for a group of friends like this. Beautiful friends, beautiful family. You've curated a beautiful life. I'm very privileged to be here. That is Home Life and Style from Narragansett. Until next week, I'm Parker Kelly. Cheers!
Cheers!